Today it's about relationship coaching. So I remember, now I'm 51 years of age now, in a great relationship with Marina, and obviously we have 2 kids I've mentioned before and you know about. But it hasn't always been like this, right? So I remember that there was like 4 or 5 relationships, 1 year each, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. And I was repeating the same pattern. It would end the same way. I would feel the same way. And I'll blame my partner, for being the problem. I'll blame her for being the problem. Not realizing that the one common denominator in all of this was me. So when I began to look at this and realize, I began to realize, you know what? It's actually not them. It's actually me. It's the same things that keep coming up time and time and time again. And it just upset me. I just felt, I could see that I was hurting people. I was being a coward by how these relationships were coming to an end. I could see that I was responsible for it. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I remember that day I made a decision. I said, you know what? No more. This is not going to happen anymore. I realized that in my family, my dad, his dad, my granddad, left him at the age of 5, and a similar thing happened for me, obviously, even though we have a great relationship now and I love him dearly. But, I grew up in 2 children's homes for 18 years, right? So it's this abandonment thing that was part of our family, that was within our family. Now, I began to realize all of this and thought, you know what? No more. I've had it. No more. It stops with me. And the minute that I made that decision, things began to change. The people that I bumped into, the people that became friends of mine, other relationship coaches, spiritual advisors, a guy called Maha Mandaleshwar Nityananda, with Shanti Mandir as a chanting group in Sydney that I became part of. All of these things, being with Isabella, my ex-partner for 20-something years. Her mum was instrumental in bringing Landmark Forum out to Australia at the time. So all of these things, I began to dive deep. I began to deep dive into, what makes me tick, and actually what makes humanity tick at the same time. That's what I was picking up and imbibing. And I began to realize, slowly but surely, as each adventure, began to unfold its mysteries to me, I began to realize, that the one common denominator is me. That it starts with me, and that it ends with me. And whenever I'm looking outside, trying to blame something or someone else, one finger pointing back at them or the thing that I'm blaming, 3 pointing back at me. So 1 finger pointing out there and 3 fingers pointing back over here. Once I realized that, then I began to speed up. It acted as a catalyst. Then I began to meet relationship coaches. Right? One guy called Akash Olva taught me the 3 stages of any relationship. Any intimate relationship will go through these 3 stages. You can't avoid them, right? And not only that, but what to look out for in each one. We have attraction, where everything is up, right? We get along, we communicate. He's my soulmate, she's my soulmate. We're just having fun. This is great, right? Attraction. There's mud, where all of our SHIT comes to the surface. This is the time where most relationships come to an end. And what it actually is it's a failure to acknowledge and to accept those unresolved elements of ourselves that usually come from our past. And we allow those to come into our relationship, and our partner acts as a mirror, showing us the things that we need to work on, the things we need to let go, the things that we need to accept. But we misinterpret that as I shouldn't be with this person. And self-love is actually the way through mud into unconditional love. And unconditional love is what we're all going for, right? It's that not trying to manipulate your partner, being comfortable with who you are, having self-love, having love for yourself and love for your partner. Wanting the very best for your partner, whether you're together or not. Choosing to be together every day, And so these are some of the things which I teach, some of the things which I pass on. And, every person that I sit down with and impart in more detail these 3 stages of relationship feels empowered, feels excited, and feels possibility that they can have an amazing relationship. So guys, that's it for this one. If any of this is resonating with you, feel free to reach out to me. and I look forward to serving you. Bye for now.